Hey guys, it's time for another studio update. This is taking a bit more time than I've anticipated, but you know how this goes. You can have it fast and well built, but it's going to be really expensive. You can have it slow, well built and at a lower price, or you can have it cheap, fast, and the result will be crappy. Since I don't have like a really big budget, this is going to take a bit more time. Let's jump into the studio update. This is not my room, but as you can see, this is starting to take shape. We already have the first drywall on the structure, and right now the guys are working on the second one. I want to show you this footage because I want to show you the process. In every room we'll have 2 layers of acoustic drywall. This is heavy, thick, it adds a lot of mass, so it will help with the sound isolation, not letting sound getting in or sound getting out. On top of that, on the first layer of acoustic drywall, we have a really heavy membrane. You can see it here. It's not that thick, but this adds around 7 kilos per square meter. Also on the structure, we have the same membrane. So when the first acoustic drywall is placed on the structure, then the ceiling is perfect. And this is what we are trying to achieve. Perfectly sealed rooms. So it's a bit of a process. My room doesn't have that thick membrane except in a couple of key points. We've decided not to add the membrane because I don't have any neighbors. The location we are in is pretty quiet, so I don't care that much about sound coming in from the outside. And I think that 2 layers of drywall, the basaltic stuff behind the structure, also we've changed the doors, we've changed the windows. It's going to be enough for acoustically isolate the room at least a bit. You can see here that we have the 2 layers of acoustic drywall, and the first layer is perfectly sealed off with acoustic silicone. That process is tedious because every single contact point between the acoustic drywall needs to be filled with the acoustic silicone. The floor and the wall needs to be perfectly sealed off, so no gaps. That's the process. Now, if we move to my room, you can see that I already have the 2 layers of acoustic drywalls on the structure, so the walls are completed. It was time to move to the ceiling, and the ceiling is a bit more complex since it requires a different type of structure. You can see that I have a lot of metal rods coming from the ceiling. They are placed at 40 centimeters, so it can keep a heavy lift, because even on the ceiling there's going to be 2 layers of acoustic drywall. This is the first layer of structure. This is the second one. It's an entire process. I had no idea how complicated it is to add a ceiling made of drywall. We made sure to use really good materials because I don't want any vibrations. It's true, I didn't use like acoustic stuff, but this is not made on the cheap. The structure doesn't vibrate, and from wall to wall the structure is made with that heavy membrane that I was talking about. I'm pretty confident that the room will sound amazing without any rattling, without any disturbing noise. after adding the structure, it was time to add the first layer of acoustic drywall. A special machinery was needed to lift the heavy planks because one sheet of acoustic drywall is around 40 kilos. So that's pretty heavy. I don't have it in the footage, but my room is completely done from ceiling to walls with drywall, so that part of the process is done. We've also changed the windows, and the windows are again massive, thick. They have really good properties when it comes to acoustics. It will keep the sound in and it will keep the outside sound outside. Massive, heavy. I think the thickness is around 5 centimeters, which is really different from your typical window. And this is the entire process that we've made. We still have a lot of work to do, but in the meantime I wanted to try out a couple of different panels for the acoustic of the room. Since wood is really expensive nowadays here in Romania, I've decided to go with something different. A friend of mine advised me that I can get cheaper profiles for the frame of the panels by cutting MDF. This is MDF and it comes in big sheets. One sheet is 2 by 3 meters, so I bought 2. From those 2 MDF sheets I have around 100. It's plenty enough for my room, and the price was around 100 euros with the cutting. So pretty cheap if you think about it in comparison with the wood. The wood was around 40 euros per panel. What makes a difference is the outside trim. Those are again from wood, and I wanted to add them because the aesthetic of it is really nice. Again, this is going to be probably the most expensive part of building the panels, the wood on top of the material. I was trying velvet and also a non-stretch material. I think in the end I will go with velvet. It's nice to see a texture on the acoustic panels. I haven't decided yet on the color. Also, I might change the material, the velvet, with something that's more subtle, because velvet is something that has a lot of character and a lot of texture. The plan is to make 2 by 80, and that's in meters. 2 meters by 80 centimeters, pretty big panels, and I've decided to do that because the height of the room is more than 3 meters, so I want the panels to also be aesthetically pleasing. That was one of the purpose. I hope that I'll be able to move in the next couple of weeks. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for the support, and see you guys next time. Cheers.